I'm George Kolinich, Program Manager of the TMI-2 Recovery Program at B&W. The tape you're about to see today is a condensation of approximately 4.5 hours of taping of operations of the Quick Look at TMI-2. Quick Look is the name assigned to a project aimed at getting a first-hand visual inspection of the inside the reactor vessel at TMI-2. The TMI-2 accident occurred over 3 years ago, and following the accident there were many analytical studies of the degree of core damage and no direct visual contact that occurred during that accident. To obtain direct information on the amount of core damage in this area of the reactor core at TMI-2. In May of 1980, when B&W was asked by the Department of Energy to assess available means to obtain information at TMI-2, the best way to obtain this information. And in 1982, a task group was formed to plan and execute this inspection program. The main objectives of this inspection program were information on the condition of the core and also to obtain information to defuel the reactor and to disassemble or remove the plenum. Al Bone, manager of services of B&W Service Department, and the results of the
brief moment actually contains two segments. The first segment is the removal of the lead screw assembly from the control rod drive videotaping or a videotape of the inspection performed at the core. The work was performed working off the top of the control rod drive service structure, which is approximately 35 feet above the core. The lead screw had to be removed from the control rod drive mechanism, the drive mechanism being the withdraws the control rod assembly from the core. Once we take the lead screw out, it gives us an 1.5 inch diameter clearance to which do we put the small television camera down. To give a little introduction on what we're going to see on the videotape, the first operation was to require the uncoupling or the rotation of the bayonet lock of the lead screw out of the control rod assembly. You might look at a portion during the tape and you'll actually be able to see the bottom of the control rod bayonet lock, and you can see that it is essentially the same shape or undamaged from the area. The drive that we went through to have the most damage, or the area of the core that had the most damage. Also on videotape, toward the end of the videotape of the actual core inspection, you'll see close-up shots, greatly magnified shots of the control rod spider assembly. This is the most definitive geometric shape which we were able to see on the what's termed rubble bed, which is the top of the core. I think now we'd like to go and actually run the videotape, and we'll discuss as we go on the videotape machine. The first segment of the tape actually shows the descension, or the getting on top of the service structure of the work crew to remove the lead screw assembly. The work was performed the week of July 19th, with the actual work that you're seeing now being performed on July 21st. The center drive, which is open, actually had been uncoupled on Monday the 19th. The first tool that the crew will put down is what we call the lightweight lead screw handling tool, which goes down and attaches to the top of the lead screw to allow raising of the lead screw to the cutoff position. The lead screw had to be cut one time due to headroom limitations of the missile shield being in place above the reactor vessel service structure. After the lead screw was raised using a chain fall assembly, which was hung from the missile shield, a saw, which was designed by B&W, was used to cut the lead screw, and the lead screw was moved over into a storage position, as you evident now on the tape. Here you can see the bottom of the bayonet coupling that I talked about earlier. You can see the definite bayonet shape, indicating that at least it was undamaged. The next scene is seen from the command center, the GPU command center, which is the actual control point for monitoring the entry and controlling the entry. This is the camera crew on top of the service structure. And you can see the insertion of the small camera down the lead screw. The voices that you will now hear are the actual voices of our inspection team as we were doing the inspection, directly putting the voice onto the videotape.
Our first target is approximately 12.5 feet down. This is the torque taker. This is one of the more difficult places to get past as far as physical constriction. We're now at the torque taker.
Okay, cutting lights.
We're going to cut lights and try to go through the torque taker without lights. He is now coming up on the 9th. He's up.
There's that screw.
There's a screw. That means we must be outside. Let it settle to see. As you can see, we're seeing all sorts of debris. Can you focus that, Lyle? That's it.
What is that?
That is a set screw that anchors each of the spacer plates. We see them all. It's a 3/8-inch set cap screw. All right, why don't we try to go on down, Bill?
What elevation are we at?
We are right at the top of the fuel right now, Lyle.
Back out of here, Lyle.
Back out.
Just a little bit.
All right, there's a...
Can you back away from that and see if we can get a better... Hang on. There's all sorts of debris falling down in through there. Jesus.
Let me go back in focus.
Okay. Any idea what that is? I've never seen. I don't recognize it.
Well, we're at the grid elevation, right?
Yeah. No, we should be right about it where the spring is, Lyle.
No, it's not discernible right now.
That's number one.
Yeah, we are roughly, by this measurement, we are roughly 6 inches down into the fuel zone.
Camera's looking out.
And actually looking out.
Coming back up with the back of the camera.
Okay. All right.
Trying to go back down to get the same point we were. Twisting. There's something else.
All right.
Let me try to focus. All we can see is just a bunch of metal.
We plan to go ahead and start lowering this thing down to find out where the bottom is. All right, we're trying to go on down. We're 1 foot into the core.
Both cables are going down.
Both cables are going down. We're now 2 feet into the core. We're now approaching 3 feet. We are approaching 4 feet. We're approaching 5 feet. We're now
Got something.
We are now 5 feet into the core. Hold it, I can see pellets. Going back.
Just a minute, he's following me.
Yeah.
Boy, this thing's slow.
Hold it. I'm going to try to tilt the front slightly.
Okay. We're 5 feet into the core. What we're trying to do is we are actually going to turn the camera up.
Look vertical upward.
And we're looking vertically upward. And we're going to then pull the whole works and come up to see if we can see the underside
There you got
of
it.
the grid.
There you got it, my man.
Okay. If that's the C-tube. Hey, we're back up in the... To see that C-tube,
Yeah, we're back up.
we're back up in there roughly 4.5 inches
Yes, sir.
back in. So why don't we go down to another place and see what we can see horizontally, if at all possible. That is another C-tube coming into focus.
To pull up just a little bit.
Give me a little light, just to see. Probably won't work, but try.
Yeah,
We wash out.
yeah.
Okay, bring her back down. Coming up just a hair.
All right, we're going back and going straight down again.
All right, what we got here?
What? Hang on. Let me check to see what depth we are.
Are you down straight?
Yeah.
Wait a second. Oh, you're about 4 feet down here.
Looks like a grid pattern.
Yeah,
I got to see that.
go back. We've got a grid.
Oh, look at here.
Oh, that looks like an end post. What? Hey, it's free. The problem is it's free swinging. It's like a pendulum dangling down 4 feet below the top of the core. So it's very difficult to keep the thing from swinging. And when it swings, because of the close focus, we go in and out of focus. Wonder what in the... That looks like part of a...
I'm going to try to get down on that low.
All right, my man.
I don't know whether I can make it.
That looks like a, almost looks like what? It's got a lot of shape to it.
Yeah, but that post, whatever it is...
Look at there. Boy, it looks like the tabs off the spider.
Yeah,
Spiders.
yeah.
There's a spider.
Spider. Up in the
All right,
top
hold there,
corner,
hold there a minute.
that is the nut on the top of an individual control rod, and the
Spider,
spider, it's part of the thick section of the spider.
Seeing the web.
All right. It's the web area that's approximately 1/4 of an inch. That nut is somewhere in the order of 0.44 inches in diameter.
Hold on there a minute.
Let me check. We are 4 feet 3
Am I coming
inches
the right way, Bill?
down into the
No.
core.
I'm trying to get a hold
There's
of
a
it.
nut.
There's another one of the nuts on top of an individual control rod, and you're seeing the web. See if you can go toward the off to
just-
your right.
Well, let him hold anything he can get.
Yeah. That is the Y, part of the Y. You're seeing right at the crotch.
Pulling up a hair.
That is the crotch where a 1/4 inch thing comes, and there are two arms that are about at 1/8 of an inch in thickness.
Let me focus a while so we can get some stills off this.
All right. Hopefully, we're going to try to get a good focus at this point, and if we wanted to make an enhanced picture, you could.
That ought to be coming through good. If it's not coming through down good, we got it good on video up here.
We're going to move elsewhere. All right.
What do we do now, fellas?
Well, let's twist on.
back?
See if we can twist on around.
We'll come back up on a bend.
Wait, let's.
Bottom.
Are you straight down, Bill?
Yeah,
All
basically
right,
I'm straight
let me
down.
check the depth.
Wait a minute. Norman, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Right there, I'm sitting on it.
All right, you're just at 5 feet.
Just take our time on this stuff. So
Okay.
I'll just go in and out focus.
You know, that almost looks like round pellets.
Sure does.
Yeah, it almost looks like pure rod pellets there.
We don't know.
But God knows what it is. Maybe when we take a better detail enhancement of that section in still, maybe we can get a better feel for what it is. Let's see if we can focus on that.
All right, hold on.
What we're doing is trying to go down around the debris pile and see if we can, whatever we can see, and try to make at least a good video of whatever we've got on it, and then maybe we can go back and get these
Tell me when it's clear as
videos
Bill.
enhanced. All right. What we're doing is just still maintaining just above the debris pile. We're just about 1 inch above 5 feet. So we're 4'11" into the core right now with the camera. We're not quite on the bottom. We're about 1 inch to 2 inches away.
Hold, babe. Hold it.
Yeah.
Coming back, focus. Best I can do there.
Picking up loud.
All right, my man.
See if you can follow me.
All right. What we're doing is still another one of these scans.
The tape you've just seen gives the results of the initial inspection at TMI 2. Although no definitive conclusions can be drawn yet, these results do generally confirm the analytical predictions of the degree of core damage. Furthermore, the observations of the reactor internals and the condition of the lead screw extension indicate that the plenum assembly may not have suffered extensive thermal damage. We anticipate more inspections will occur over the next several months and leading to removal of the reactor head sometime in 1983.